That is loud. Return. Alright. Spirit. Sakura Spirit. Move to bottom. Alright. We're gonna give this a shot. I don't know what to think about it. Every person has a dream they will wish to pursue. Okay. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea on the story. Yet as people grow up, they often come to realize the truth. Dreams are nothing more than fairy tales. It's true. At least that's what most people say. Then what about those who end up accomplishing their dreams? They merely incredibly lucky. That every man has a day he wants to accomplish. However, there is something really important you should know, my boy. A real man doesn't give up on his dream, no matter what overwhelming challenges he may have to face. I remember those foolish words my dad used to say, but despite their silly nature, I found inspired by them. Ever since I was a young child, I have been interested in the martial... Wait, are we from the dad's perspective? It didn't matter whether I watched a match on television or read a manga about some heroic martial artist. It's always been my dream to become a martial artist one day. Of course, it was a bit childish of me to think that I could become a hero simply by learning the martial arts. Even though I already understood that the superheroes were nothing more than figments of my imagination. I still have the desire to use my strength for the sake of others. My name is Grimkin Trushio, a 17-year-old rising judo star, and no, that's not me bragging. I'm about to take part in a tournament 2 weeks from now that could make or break my career on an international level. Of course, I was excited about the opportunity to finally accomplish my dreams and represent the country at a sport that I loved. But the same excitement also made me feel incredibly nervous. I've been there. And while those worrisome thoughts haunted my mind, a familiar voice resounded from the outside window. Oi, Taki-kun! Get your butt in gear! Okay, I'll be right there, Kiyomi! Not wanting to keep Kiyomi waiting, I quickly dashed towards the front door to let her in, not realizing I was still in my pajamas. Hold on a second, Kiyomi, I gotta grab shoes before we head off to school. He's still in his pajamas. Really? I never realized your school had a strict uniform or sleepwear policy. Nice jammies, by the way. Did you borrow them from your mom? For a moment, my eyes drifted downwards. Noticing that I had indeed worn my pajamas, I let out a groan of annoyance, marched back towards my room. But there's nothing wrong with my jammies. The Golden Knight is famous comic book hero in the West. Wait, Golden Knight? Besides, not everyone prefers to sleep naked like you. Mumbling those words, I started stripping out of my clothes, not particularly minding the presence of the girl behind me. What? What? That only happened once, and you very well know it was super hot that night. And jeez, warn me before you strip naked in front of me, you idiot. You baka. You didn't seem to mind it when we were little. Maybe you want me to turn around instead? No, stop! Don't make me kick your ass! I decided I'd teased her enough and quickly pulled on my pants, proceeding... Wow, he's naked in front of her? Damn. Proceeding with the remaining few items of clothing before I was suitably dressed for school. Besides, I had a reason for being so distracted. You've been distracted a lot lately. What's going into that hollow skull of yours? Can I have a girl reading this? I feel uncomfortable reading the girl's parts. It's that upcoming match. I have no idea how anyone can remain calm when an international career is at stake. I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if I made up enough doomsday scenarios to fill up the entire apocalypse genre. Seriously? Golden Eye was a comic book from 1992? Fuck yeah. Oh right, the judo thing. I'm sure you'll do fine. I've seen some of your matches and you kick butt. Of course, it'd be, if you're really, really worried, we could always pray. Pray? Well, don't tell me you don't know. It's one of the school's legends. Apparently, there's a shrine in the forest that, if you pray to, brings you good luck. Oh god, the names. Ichiwa-san said his sister prayed to it that night before her exam, and she got a perfect score. A shrine that brings you good luck sounds like bogus to me. But at this point, I'm willing to try anything, I guess. I'll ask Ichiwa-san about it at the location. About the location. I'm not exactly in the mood to get lost in the forest and end up in modern-day Tarzan. Well, whatever. If you do go looking, at least send me a message, and at least, to at least let me know. And will you hurry up? We're gonna be late again! Our heroes never too early, nor are they too late. They arrive precisely when they are needed. But for the sake of avoiding detention, let's hurry. That's a wizard, not a hero genius. How can one person be such a sports nerd and a geek at the same time? Let's not forget Casanova, the Man of the Year candidate bits. They're important details. I doubt you're qualified for either of them, Pajama Boy. Anyway, let's boldly go where no one has gone before. To school. Ah, nerd! So, what? Oh, must be skipping the school. Okay. Damn, these pauses. Later that day, I finally got a chance to talk to my classmate about the location of the shrine that Kiyomi had mentioned earlier. Gym was the last thing on my schedule for today, so once people got ready to go home, I approached the guy. Hey, Ichiwa! Is it true that your sister discovered some shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Oh, let me guess, you want to date her. Well, even though I do admit that she's very attractive, I'm afraid she's already going out with someone. Not to mention, you're not her type. I gotta fucking drink a bottle of water. Already got my hands full dealing with Kiyomi. You can keep your sister to yourself, jokes aside. I'm more interested in that shrine. Did she mention where she found it? I didn't know that there was anything near the forest aside from the dojo. She said something about it being near a river. And quite high up, to be honest. I wasn't paying too much attention, and then she was going on about it. I mean, she was wearing the top, and it was tied, Wow! That type of guy? Really? Stop. Stop! I seriously don't need to hear the details, and I doubt anyone else is interested. So, do you know anyone who else might have heard about the shrine? Are you guys talking about the lucky shrine out in the forest? The one and only. According to Ishira's sister, there is supposed to be one near a river. I don't know about it. There's a fairy girl that at the actress dojo that knows much more about it. Wait, are you talking about Arisama? About this tall, ridiculously strong, and super scary? That's the one! Oh, in that case, I believe I could still be of help, Hiroka-kan. I know where that place is. Of course you do. We both do. You just want to tag along, don't you? I don't think our senpai will appreciate you visiting her with your usual tactics in mind. Do I need to remind you what happened last time you tried to take a sneak peek at her after she finished practice? Blood, sweat, and tears. Shut up! I never peep on the ladies. That's slander, you know. I can sue you. I would never look upon Arya-sama's glorious body in that state of nudity. Oh, so you haven't seen her naked yet? I've seen a bit of side boob, but the hole I found didn't really get me a good view of. There we go. Someone calling the cops. Ichiwa is the peeping Tom has confessed. Yeah, right, Tango Down? I playfully patted Ichiwa's shoulder as I turned around, grabbing the bag in the process and prepared to leave. Thanks for the tip, Ichiwa. I'll let the judge know that you were the most helpful thing during the interrogation. Alright. This is unfair. I was concerned. I won't say another word until I speak with my lawyer. Hi, I'm Peter Griffin. Welcome to the Side Boob Hour. Woo! Amazing. This is actually pretty funny. I give it that. Once the school was over, I decided to take my chances with a little bit of intel I had managed to obtain from my classmates. If memory serves me right, Aurora Senpai should be practicing at the dojo today. Of course I knew her. She was a judo student like myself, but for whatever reason, she had been refusing to compete in any tournament for a while now. Aurora Senpai, are you around? I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any sign of the girl. I beat it. I beat Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but the problem was that the Golden Freddy mode I completed with a glitch. Heh. Follow the shouts and you will find her. I grinned briefly as I saw her seemingly in the middle of her practicing a series of motions, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Perhaps now was the perfect opportunity to surprise her a little. I snuck closer, making little noise as possible before I reached a hand towards her shoulder. What could possibly go wrong? Aurora, feeling a hand on her shoulder, very active, she grabbed a hold of my hand. With a loud grunt, she shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. Fucking knew it! I didn't have the time to brace myself for the impact before I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes. Ah! No one sneaks up on the great Kuronchi Araya. Ah! Taki boy! I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry. Are you okay? Kurochi? More like the Tasmanian devil. I didn't have a shred of mercy in it. There's no mercy in the ring, Taki boy. Better that you learn that now than in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess. You want to do some sparring, don't you? I actually came here to ask you something, but I guess a little sparring wouldn't hurt. Oh, what do you want to ask? We got all afternoon, and I could do a little bit of break anyway. Where to start? You used to take part in a big and important matches in the past, right? Did you ever get nervous before getting into the ring? Oh yeah, ha! This one time I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me out into the car. Of course, that was when I was like 8. Well, obviously I can't go hide for my match. But one of my friends made this stupid suggestion that I go pray or something. Honestly, at this point, I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little. Taki boy, are you sure about this? You mean the match? Of course I am! I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk. This is my chance to finally represent this country and the sport I love. This is... Yes, hentai, of course. This is Sakura's spirit. I have no fucking idea. So far, what the game is about, I'm thinking a 17-year-old boy, really good at judo. And he has like a really important match that's coming up in 2 weeks, and he's trying to find out information about going to the shrine to pray or something. Hey, Shadow Knight, welcome back, dude. I seem to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping her jaw with a finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me. Alright, I'll tell you the way to the shrine, I know. But it's going to require more than a simple clap of your hands and a bob of your head. You need to give something to the shrine, something of value. I guess I have to think of something before we get there. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate the help. Oh, no, Taki boy. I'm not going with you. I got training to do. Besides, you've got to take this step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get there, but you will be on your own. Thanks. You're not tagging along? Not even for a little while? Afraid so, Taki boy. Let me just grab some paper. I'll draw the map for you. After his return, quick preparations were made and I followed the directions noted down from the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't far at all. However, the hint on the map to find my way back in case I got lost was a bit sketchy. Just look down and you'll be able to find the roof of the dojo anywhere on the hill. How do I know this is going to end bad? The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A narrow path coiled along the trees, and nearby was the river Ichika's sister had mentioned. I followed her scribbles with a bit of skepticism. After an hour or so, I finally arrived at the supposed legendary shrine. The shrine itself seemed surprisingly well maintained despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could secretly be living there, perhaps some secret martial artist master. The thought of a hermit living in hiding within the shrine in order to prepare himself for upcoming battle between good and evil started to dwell in my mind. I guess it's too good to be true. I shrined an annoyance at the fact, aside from the shrine itself, the ground surrounding it seemed completely abandoned. There was no way anybody could be living here. Oh, whoops, my bad. For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It only took a few minutes before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts back at the room. I guess this is the thing everyone's talking about. Silently, I folded up the map I had been giving it, putting it inside my bag, and I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this would actually work. I didn't think luck would do me much good in a match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't much room for things like luck in martial arts. Judo is all about using knowledge you would gain through your training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly, there was going to be a match where my experience and talent would be pushed to their limits. Nothing more and nothing less. Female voice. Ooh, how curious. The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by everything he denounces. Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was none to be seen. Who's there? Quite the cliche question, but the right question is, where am I? What are you talking about? Show yourself! Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here if you do not believe in such things as luck? I came here to prepare myself. Oh, do delight me about what this thing might be that you're preparing yourself for. I felt a little bit annoyed as the questions continued, but maybe if I kept talking to her, I would be able to find out where she was hiding. I'm preparing for a tournament, a judo match. Judo? What might that be? Seriously, you don't know what judo is. It's a highly skilled combat art. Ah, so you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and came here hopes of finding a resolve to fight. I'm not too sure about the warrior part. How fortunate. It just so happens that there is a need for one of your kind. My kind? A hero. This shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return. Sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better, though. Laughing briefly at the story, I decided to play along, clap my hands together in prayer. So, what's next? Do I offer up my allowance or something? Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For yourself, The sacrifice will be something of much greater value. I'll be looking forward to see what destiny has in store for you. As if on cue, I began to feel nauseated. The girl's movements, the moment in the girl's words reached my ears, my head spinning wildly. Slowly, I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sound of approaching footsteps could be heard. Good luck, hero. You're gonna need it. Alrighty, so what the fuck is going on? And she's cute. I like her. Alright, time to go on. Despite my attempts to get back up, all I managed was a brief look at the girl. The sight of horns and a tail left many questions. But before I had a chance to utter even a single word, my consciousness succumbed into the darkness. Rays of sunlight stirred me back to life. A groan of annoyance left my mouth while I tried to get back on my feet. I felt a bit dizzy, but at first the first thing I noticed that I was no longer at the shrine. Instead, it looked like a forest near the dojo. Of course, my first thought was to look around if I could find the girl from before, but not a trace of her presence remained. To make things even stranger, the path that I followed amidst the trees seemed better maintained than I remember. I should probably head home. That thought was cut short when the sound of several female voices could be heard nearby. Get back here! Higage, stop it at once! Just what do you think you're doing? What do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying to stop them. Ah! I think that they noticed that. I think they noticed what's missing on Nissan. Osama. Keep running, little one. We might just make it. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any weirder, the sound of heavy footfalls could be heard nearby. What in the world is going on here? What is going on? Further ahead, I saw a couple girls in fast pursuit of even more girls. However, there was something off about the scene, something that didn't make sense. I wonder what it could be! The girls being chased had ears and a tail of an animal. And the pursuers appear to be armed with a katana and a nagata? Must be that weapon. You can... Fighting fox? Right? Yeah, I think conceiving... I'm just gonna say cunning. You cunning fox! Come back here at once! Return what you stole immediately! Yep. Oh! I can't, I'm trying to say it. I'm trying to work up to it. Give me back my panties! Confiding. Hikage! How could you say something like that out loud? Like that? Haha, panties! Panties! Haha, oh no, help us save us from the rampaging woman. As I watched the girls run off, I couldn't help myself struggle with the decision just to leave them be. While I didn't know what in the world was going on, the two girls armed with a rather realistic looking prop, surely they couldn't be real, had me worried. I couldn't very well call myself a hero if I let something like this go without acting. I'm so gonna regret this. Mumbling in annoyance, I chased after the girls. Hikage, go around to the left. Right. I said left. Why do you always undermine me? I wasn't always right. I was, you know what? Never mind. Just run after them. Could you imagine playing and rating this to thousands of people? I could, actually. You should do dating sims from now on. Why? As I was chasing the girls, I noticed the trees seemed to be getting rather denser, making it gradually more difficult to navigate along the path. Oni-sama! I don't think I can run anymore. I'm starting to feel a bit, just a little bit more, Miyako-chan. We're almost there. Miko! Miko! Not that! Not now! Sorry, Oni-sama. Scissor attack! Oh my god. I feel so fucking embarrassed to read this shit. Alright. I arrived just in time to find the scene taken straight from an action movie. The girl from blonde hair had collapsed, held in her companion's protective embrace. The two armed girls were approaching them, almost unmistakably, with killing instinct running amok. Any seasoned martial artist would have felt it. Those girls were going in for a beating if I didn't stop them. We've got you now, thieves! I'm going to personally drag your butts back to town and have you both put in the stocks. Maybe I'll even show you how it feels to run around without any undies on. I gotta start doing the girl voice because this is getting annoying. Yeah, damn it. My throat is getting dry. Yeah, although I must admit, having a breeze down there does kind of feel nice. Keeping me fresh and tingly. Hikage, goodness! Don't you have any shame? This isn't about you. It's about our undergarments. Stolen! And these two criminals being brought to justice. No, Oni-sama! It hurts! My head hurts! Shh, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, little one. Hey, guards! If you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, catch. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I know what's happening. I know what's gonna happen next. Stop it right there! However, before I was unable to interrupt, the silver-haired girl tossed something into the air.